This is a scene from a protest near 72nd and Dodge tonight. Good evening, I'm Jennifer Griswold. This all sparked by the death of George Floyd while in police custody in Minneapolis. Reporter John Kipper is live at that protest tonight that started around 6 p.m. John, tell us what you're seeing right now.
Yeah, Jenny, right now there is just a big grouping kind of right smack in the middle of 72nd and Dodge. And it did not start out this way. You mentioned it started at 6 p.m. Everybody was relatively peaceful, just kind of surrounding every little corner of 72nd and Dodge area before it started to escalate. And when it escalated, it was pretty ugly. We saw tear gas all over the place, and in fact we could hear pops from tear gas just in the last 10 minutes or so. Some protesters were sitting on the street, and we saw police officers pushing them over to continue to walk down the street. On the other side, we saw protesters deflating police tires. We saw them throwing water bottles as well. And they were telling me that they've never seen police take this kind of force before. On the other hand, Chief Todd Schmatter just reported that they're using the least amount of force possible and said that at some point as things escalated, they simply had to get involved. And he said at this point that it's time for protesters to move off the street onto the sidewalk. And just to give you an idea of, kind of how ugly it got, we'll show you what it looked like before it got ugly. As thousands were scattered in multiple spots along Dodge, they were chanting. It was an upbeat mood. People seemed to be having fun, and some did eventually begin to spread along the street medians, and it's unclear exactly why, but police began closing down parts of the street and then pushing people back. That's when we saw the tear gas, riot gear, people throwing the bottles at police, and it was absolute chaos at one point. One woman I spoke with says she saw peaceful protesters and believes police escalated the situation.
I think the police, as long as it's peaceful, we should have been able to protest. Peaceful protesting is always welcome. We are not looting. All the stores are intact. Nobody was fighting. Everybody is together. Black, brown, white, everybody is together. So.
And Chief Todd Schmatter did say as well that he doesn't want any more people coming, that he thinks this protest at this point should be over, so he's telling people in the Omaha area not to come to 72nd and Dodge, and quite frankly, you'd have a tough time getting over here. But on that note, it's unclear exactly when this is going to end. People are still all over that intersection on 72nd and Dodge, well into the hundreds, likely the thousands of people definitely were here, likely still are here as well. So we're going to continue to be here. We'll be back later in the show. I'll be updating my social media as well as anything develops. Is certainly an interesting situation down in central Omaha. Reporting in central Omaha, John Kipper, 3 News Now.
Thanks, John.